Morning.
Morning. Yeah, I got quiet as soon as you said.
We've got a couple of people here with pink outfits.
Yes.
Today is Gaudete Sunday, which is, you all probably noticed, you probably have noticed on the Advent candles, we've got either 3 blue or 3 purple, depending on the church, which color they're using. But there's a pink one. And today is the day that we light that pink one. And the pink serves various customs. Originally, it's supposed to be a faded, lighter version of what the other candles were. So obviously, pink is considered a faded, lighter version of purple. But the symbolism in it is that this is the focus on Mary, and that the attention goes around as Mary's preparing. And this is a time that, as we think about that, she's preparing for this birth, and by that point, we don't really know geographically where they were, what was going on, or even the exact, dates. But in that, I would like you all to take that concept of preparing and put it into the context of St. Luke's. What are you all preparing for? Obviously, you're preparing for a new rector. What are the qualities that are important to you in that preparation? Because it's fascinating when you look at what people say, this is what we're looking for. And then you look at a rector 5, 10, 15 years down the road, and how well did the search committee call that person with those characteristics? So today is about preparation, and preparation as a church. It's hard to believe next week, it's been here 6 months, and some folks go, so what have we done? We still don't have a new rector, but it's a lengthy process, and it takes a while. You all are doing fine. You really are right on target, even though it may not feel like it. So think about today, and Gaudete Sunday. It's a Sunday of preparation in Advent, but how does that relate to preparation? And what are those qualities you're looking for? Now, to make it a little more difficult, you can't just write down a list. I've got them in order of what's the most important. What's the most important? Because if the most important thing to you is children's ministry, and you write that down as number 10, it's not going to give that same, So you can have whoever your secretary is can write down, you guys figure out, you can, in the order that you want. You can really want to practice on.
And bring us up to date. Where are we all with that? Do we have some applicants?
Well, and I'll talk a little bit about it in my sermon today, actually. There's a profile committee. The profile committee does its presentation. And it is going to be available to me. Everybody can look at it. And it's online, there's going to be some hard copies of it. And once that's completed, the vestry accepts it. It's their stamp of approval. The transition office, in the diocese office, they will give it an update. At that moment, it goes out nationally, locally, all over. The St. Luke's on all the Austin, Texas, and all our cities. So that's where we're at right now. Is we're finishing up the profile picture, and then waiting for that to get those two approval. The search committee is all selected, they're ready to go, they're just and then after they finally get down to the it's getting those are given back to the church. And they plan to disband it, give them the work. And then it's the vestry, And I think it's called, give them a clue what we're doing today. Since today is Diet Sunday, pink, we have a pink person here. You notice the pink candles, no, you don't have any pink in there.
I think it's just red, sorry.
Now I'm pink and my.
Did you know?
Did you know that?
Yeah. It's funny because my daughter, works for this company that does, garden scarves and stuff for years. I've had this for like 5 years. I think I've worn it
Once a year.
There's two, I don't know if there were two in COVID or one, but I always wear my pink sweater.
Some churches have pink vestments.
I think I bought this sweater at Old Navy 10 years ago, maybe, and I've worn it once a year.
Linda's the only reason I'm sure.
No, I wanted to wear this skirt last week, and I thought, oh, no, I gotta save it for next week. But I'm crazy about church stuff.
But we were talking about that, we have this pink Sunday, Diet Sunday, because it's to give a focus on Mary, because she was preparing Stadium's commission. And it's, for those that see this as a penitential season, this lightning, this is lower, lightning up, let's, get ready here. So pulling that down to the local level, how are we doing? Being getting ready, where are we doing that through process? So I'm asking right now, what are any qualities in this next record that are really important to you, but not just qualities, but this is the order. So that's what I was going down and see.
I just did that while we put sketching around after writing these down, or woman. All right, you guys got to talk.
It's our charge. 3 weeks ago, we had Austin was there, his wife was putting together a profile. Some things we came up with is, we need somebody to pray at the pulpit to speak. Sermon that might help grow bringing people in, be attracted to that. Also, Roland was a very, we all didn't know him, but he was here for a long time. He was around about 18 years. Anyway.
He retired, but I remember him assisting 10 years ago.
Yeah, he
came back as rector emeritus, and he was just,
But he was only, he was also a great manager. He had been a successful business person. He was really great manager. This church like this, they ran extremely well. We had very vibrant, but we had a lot of people. And of course, COVID got affected. He did a great job.
But he was really personable, different. You can't bring that.
Well, he's a
Pastor, that's why the shepherd. Right.
And
personable.
Yeah, it's gotta be personal.
Now, we'll write these down and then we'll put them in order. Anyway, it doesn't matter, like what somebody else would be.
The genius of the Anglican Church is how it has supported such differing worship practice and even theological approach. I mean, what would be important to me is that the new pastor really support the practice and the people who are here while still being able to reach out and grow the place, but not lose the identity.
You get to do it, okay.
That's here.
Exactly. That would be my concern, or my.
I would probably post it.
But also be on who we are, and I think that's what's so cool about it. I mean, at first I was like, I roll in my head about the committee, and how long it's gonna take, the surveys and the questions.
What we did.
But you know what, who we are right now, we're doing right now, we are not different, we're constantly changing, and the church is changing. So So it is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and after what you just said, when we were just chatting about it, is that to me, does make sense. After all, but you know how it's kind of like when you say no to your kids, you don't have to say why, you just say no, and they say why, and you say just because. But now, that's, I feel like I'm sort of going back around, after now that I've done this, my kids are in the 30s. I'm now I want to ask why, you know, why? Anyway, so that's good. And,
Oh, by the way, you all are gonna have 20 minutes to work on this, so you're not
I
gonna,
gotta leave, I gotta go upstairs in 20 minutes, so less than 20.
so you can do what you want and then leave it with them.
Exactly, I'll write them all out and you guys turn it into a board game. So we've got to that.
Yeah, we just heard from Norman because it doesn't matter.
Knock somebody out of the running.
Because you
Not
know,
me, but
there are, but I'm saying that there, it's a thing, right? That they're not at this table, like the work. Does
Well,
there committee worry about that?
Well, Roland and Mike Blackout, their wife was really involved.
It was COVID and she was pregnant.
But a lot of people say, well, maybe she gets somebody family.
Well,
But again, to me,
I said
it's a
that
difference when the couple are really doing it together.
well, and Parker's wife was really involved too.
Then she's. So,
Been here every Sunday.
and for both involved. But kind of like,
What I'm saying is.
I mean, because what if we get a woman who's married and her husband needs to be involved? You know, does that work both ways? Like a couple do it both ways?
I think it's different, not being ready to say, I think it's different. And I'm not opposed to it. But I don't know, I think it's different. I don't think her husband would have to be involved, I don't know.
But you know what, when I was watching, for some reason, I don't know why, I'm not obsessed with them, but I think it's from being on the Facebook page of Michael Curry. Is that, I watched these ordinations, and they're awesome. And all the bishops go, and then, you know, the whole year go, and most of the ordinations, it seems like lately have been women. All over that, but the one here, you know, I went to Kay Bryant's, Bishop Kay's ordination without human. No, it was somewhere the reception was at, it was in this, the big pledge across from St. Matthew's, it was like that, it's a big, huge. There's a big church, and then we went to St. Matthew's for the reception. Anyway, her husband, her kids, and to me, I was thinking, and I was watching him, was not watching her, about what kind of husband he had.
Personal.
Have a wife.
You mean tell what.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know it, yeah, but I don't know it, but I'm just saying to you, I remember thinking about it. It's amazing, supportive. It would have to be to have a career and to be a dad and to have that, you know, to have that kind of support for your life, to go through the seminary, or to be ordained, or to be a priest, and then do all the things that got her to the point where she would be eligible and honored to become a bishop, and then, you know, never did be there right by his side, and so, I'm not by her side, and it did seem important.
Yeah.
Because it just flips the tables, because he didn't come across as just some stay-at-home dad that just sat in the shadows of his wife's, you know, career. I don't know, you know what I mean? He just seemed, I don't know. But I've noticed that in the last couple of ordinations, I've watched this, and to see their pride in their basically, they have to feel like they're sort of along for the ride. Like,
Well,
in 2 years. Anyway, that's off subject.
There's a lot more women that say it's seminary now. Huh? Yeah.
Every,
Yeah.
no matter, yeah.
Yeah. They're smart.
But see, I hope someday, because I'm not famous, I'm not, but I just hope someday, so he knows what we're gonna say, there's no exactly be they, or it doesn't matter, someday I'm sure, but I also feel bad about race. I get so irritated when they talk about statistics, or they say the first male.
Today was supposed to be originally,
First
today was
Asian,
today, after.
something. I wish it could just be the first human being for, I don't know, I wish it didn't matter. Oh, this doesn't matter.
That is now not choosing for the 21st.
What's that?
Okay, here's my list. I want somebody who's loved. Because right around the time that we, because we went to hearing, it had recently happened there, it happened like during their, like it was going on, and I think that it was like we're not fair, that's sort of something like that. Somebody approached it. Yeah. But we can't. It's nice when we have
Next time I went to church,
and so many people attend.
no, I was
So
like,
nice to have
where
somebody.
did he go? And so,
Or like Justin.
yeah, well, fair.
I mean, we can't, no, that was not, yeah. So, okay, so, but anyway, so y'all start talking, we're not gonna put that, but a couple who I've had, we can let the search committee decide who they should. Exactly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's why we got it. Well, you know, to me, like, I don't care.
And I'm not definitely
Man, hey, you know, a lot of times we talk about.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Justin was young, so a lot of people say get a young record priest in here to be here forever. They say, maybe that's not practice over here. You know, think about it, I don't think that's that important. I did before, but I don't think that's.
He was
important
charismatic.
We just need somebody that can come in here, and if they only last 5 or 6 years, so it'd be nice if we could find somebody that's gonna stay.
And I just want someone that
But
can
also,
relate children of all
I
ages.
personally think we need to find somebody that has a track record, has gone,
There is still
has been a record church that has been successful in the Roman church. Because, you know, hypothetically, so yeah, this church should be great, but they haven't done it before. You're.
I'm looking around.
Roman church.
Like him, I was pretty.
Well, that's one thing, though, just to throw out, because we're friends, and I like her, and she's a great introvert, but she's never been literate, that's here, it's like a full, like, so anyway, and she's not, she hasn't, y'all did, like, she entered the ministry later in life. So, someone who has
However,
run
I think somebody that's been around, been to multiple churches, you learn a lot. Like going around to different churches, I know business, different consultants, I go in car dealerships, and I've learned a lot the last 20+ years from going in and working with all these, I learned a lot every time I go, you know? So I think the same thing with, I wouldn't be afraid to have somebody that's been an interim, been in multiple churches. They've learned a lot. You see them good and bad, I think. You learn what not to do and what to do. So-
Exactly, that's, I have mine.
I think we fit in that spirituality.
So which, okay.
So,
And-
when someone
I personally related to Doug in terms of Justin. A lot of people too.
parents would also.
Yeah.
Awesome people.
Somebody wants to keep the church's eye on the ball of what is appropriate. What
He was committed
more we need to be doing at church.
separate church from state. We can try forever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think you can be positive about it and say, making church a better place, focusing on
Whether it-
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
building the people's spiritual life.
Sorry to interrupt you. Do you think that it needs to be?
Communications, both in the preaching side and working.
I think it's come from the top,
Community
but
outreach,
is that social justice, the subject of social justice
compassion.
is what teaching.
I mean, that's important.
Because social justice in itself, trying to. Right.
There are just so many different ways to interpret it.
Exactly, so someone who interprets social justice as.
Right.
That's why I got now, if they can, I mean,
We'll get through them and then we'll do the next. I guess a lot of.
Yeah, right.
So passion for the work, right?
Yeah,
And then deep and powerful.
yeah.
So I didn't really write the lyrics, that's how I came to like. That's
I'll tell you what, the fact we love the people here in the church so much, it is based on the national church. We wouldn't still be up here,
I'm excited for it.
but we love the people here. Push us out. But Curry is far away. He said, mind-boggling to me that he could be a man of God. Say
See,
something like this.
I don't think it's so much as it's.
Okay. I do agree with everyone.
But almost.
Well, it's not right.
We communicate
Is what makes me sad. Is that
we engage in we
someone's who is in the it's hard to but we still have the concepts and the all should be in that circle and I feel like just making things. And I forget separate and to evolve. Because we can say that, I think we have to trust, we just have to trust that our.
how you deliver on your own too.
I don't know.
For the people to
Say something about
Say something.
honoring traditional interpretations.
So before I came to
Honor, I go back to my feeling that the Anglican tradition is genius in honoring, in being the best big tent, in honoring how different people interpret scripture and interpret current events, but not denigrating the traditional, the person who has a traditional take on things, and not alienating somebody who's worshiping next to you who's got different ideas. Because I don't want to do that either. I don't want to tell somebody coming through the door not to come in because I disagree with their politics. At the same time, I
But the
agree with
rector
you.
has to be
It feels like the tradition is
above it all. The rector has to be above it. Yeah. Did you guys probably be on
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. And now it's channels, like it's my channels, or yes, it's so, when they say we, it makes me so mad. Because every once in a while I'll turn on another station to catch a news story that I really wanted to hear their take on, because I really do care what everybody thinks. And they use this we day, and it just makes me so mad. Oh, I know it is. I took it back. And back in the day, it still makes me mad, but I feel like my grandfather, but somebody says, oh, who did you vote for? I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you, you do know that you're not supposed to ask that, right? But I don't think this new generation knows that. Or even did you vote? Are you gonna vote? I don't even think you're supposed to ask them, like you're not supposed to ask your age. Right, but I mean, that's the way I was raised. But I'm like, somebody called me about the other manure, and I was so mad, because I was just normal, and the guy asked me about, what are you gonna vote for, Watson? And I just said, it's your damn business, and I hung up the phone, because I was like, don't call me again, don't ask me. Yeah, like, yes, I'm gonna vote, but I'm not gonna tell you for, but
This is not your situation, it's good for you, it's good for
It certainly is wrong
That's what I
to
learned.
choose not to vote because you haven't investigated the issue.
I work in practice and I have.
What's that?
No, I was being sarcastic, and saying it certainly is wrong these days not to vote, to choose not to vote if you don't know anything about the issue.
Exactly.
So.
Oh, I'm
I
to a fault. I read those propositions and then I say them out loud like I'm taking an SAT test. And I'm like, which way am I supposed to vote on those propositions?
Well, some of them are worded so tricky, they try to trick you into voting, but.
It's like, is this gonna raise your taxes? Yes or no?
There's a secret to that. Just remember, two negatives make a positive.
Yeah. Great, okay, so we need to.
For the benefit of the citizens.
And use the people that are already here, okay, like, conform to us, right?
That is my one important.
We don't want them to come change us.
Right.
Meet us where we are.
Well, I think since we've been through this process twice now,
And
that
so
we are congregation led, because, right?
where are we?
Yeah.
One of the places that I have thought about is when I've asked people here whether they think, contemporary service would be reintroduced, or blended service.
Oh, I think absolutely.
And I think, yeah, I mean, that's what.
I think it's all about, it was all about COVID, and then it was about
For a priest to be.
going right from COVID into this transition period again, I think.
That's why right now, I would like to see a blended service.
Next times.
To get,
Just say it's true.
to bring more people into the church, I think.
So you're telling me that's not gonna change who this church is? It's sort of like, you're just waiting for that.
As far as I'm concerned, having a blended or having a contemporary service is still part of who we are, we're just not doing it right now, that's the way I feel, right? I don't think it's, it's not.
We have two services.
I don't think it has anything to do with the regular, I think it has to do with money.
It's much harder.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ours was in between.
Oh, yeah.
That is just.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're 50 and 60, 65. Yes, I know, you're right, no. Yes. But there's gotta be she didn't want chocolate.
Well, right, because I guess I brought that up with the
Young people,
idea of
I gotta go upstairs.
trying to draw new people,
I can.
and whether that
I know this.
attempt is gonna.
These non-denominational churches have 60 people here, they have big, huge congregations.
But she
Yeah.
We need to take
I gotta go upstairs. They're not in order.
Well,
They're not in order. I just wrote them down. Now y'all can kind of put them in order. I think you can read. And y'all can ask. Yeah, I'm not encouraging you. Everybody.
Thank you.
Y'all have fun.
There's also.
Okay, well, let's put these in order.
Feelings.
Well, we need first, well, I think the most important thing is somebody that is first one that's gonna draw.
There's a feeling
attract
that
people to
if
the
we have the
church.
right person, or we have God's choice for us, and we can discern.
Radio from the pulpit.
Look at you, there's our search committee, I found out.
She will not let
But I mean, if we're doing the right things, in theory, we should grow. You know, I mean, we're not corporate, although we do need a good administrator, but we do need to be doing God's work, and with
And
that,
then I think you came
there's
up
a
with
feeling that if we were doing more, we could do
2,
it.
3, and 4.
So I don't know how you feel about that,
What you
so I
came
throw
up
it out
with.
there. For years, we've been talking about.
Business manager.
Yeah.
And doing that.
What can you say?
To evangelize, that should. We also have.
That's good, doing that like that.
Okay, here's what I heard. And we can go back. We had most, and we are supposed to now, Mariana, we're now supposed to prioritize. Well, not necessarily careful in saying, but.
Yeah,
I
came to this one. Yeah.
The first thing, and I
Yeah.
just tallied what I heard, what we were saying. So the first thing we talked about was someone who loves us, who's loving. The second thing, that these two are tied, someone who can sermonize and someone who can draw people with younger families. So those are the.
My wife saw the offering of the women's Bible study and was like,
Actually, before that, before children could sermonize.
Well, then,
playing offerings.
And then it was
next
children.
thing you say is,
Good sermonizer.
somebody has approved a pass from the church, or somebody that's
the
not,
communication idea from Michael, and I just
can
kind of
separate church and state.
put together under
Uh,
communication, someone who's attentive and
What's that?
passionate. And communication, interested, communication skills. And that's what I have, and then Mariana. Experience, well, seasoned. And, we not say that, but we said.
I would say it in your way that, what you see, that this person will physically, in the corporate world, really say that that's real.
I don't think there's anything wrong with asking intent,
Support the practices, the people that are already here.
Just now, we all not saying something that's mature. No, I don't know. I mean, I just don't think it's legal, so we don't be secret
No, of course. But you know what I mean, right, but, yeah. I didn't say that you should say people you are all, but I can tell you someone that's lost, that you as the entirely.
because it's too old. People thought I was too old.
What's the one right
With younger.
Yeah.
I had.
Well, I put, some of the track record for my church. So far I got spiritually led preacher versus a teacher, great manager.
Oh,
someone with
I
track record.
believe that.
Put it in the that's.
Yeah.
Actually,
He was a friend of the family friend, that's what I.
Honors are
shade of
with a
gray,
conditional.
you know what I mean?
But if you say it's it's.
Understand, it's gonna be
I
I
don't
know a lot of
care.
sports movies and it's very, it's pretty illegal in California.
We're actually worried about anywhere.
Yeah, right. Sometimes people.
You cannot what?
Dollars and attendance and factors, that's all it is, right? Why don't you look at that?
Okay, Michael's talking now. Right next.
Not too well, but
So I think that.
any priest that's looking around is going to be
That's your
talking
talking,
to other people instead
Yes,
of
I
other
have a
clergy. So,
Well, I don't know where you
but
are,
parochial
this
report,
is what people would say.
that is very
So this
kind
is
of restructured
Yeah.
for
So, yes,
how
I think that
everything
it's a
is
loving,
counted.
passionate person.
Because of the,
That's important at all.
some places, Wednesday night service may be there, main service of the week,
But yeah, I
because
think
they can get a priest that's over here. Or somebody else,
in all of
their
that,
big thing
if you have to have somebody
would be
you want to
on
hear.
Saturday
You
morning.
have to have somebody who.
It's looking at things
Like
that
the
we
liturgy
measure,
there,
that maybe
you know,
we're gonna be learning.
not maybe. But it also needs somebody to like figure out, because it's also the face of our practice.
That's all.
And,
Maybe.
Outward also, so.
yeah, that's
So
sort of,
that's
but
it.
I think it's so important about that profile report, and that's why the more people that speak after is
Yeah,
to
it's somewhat, yeah.
be able to specifically mean things, okay, looking for somebody who's a good administrator, looking for somebody who's got a sense of humor, looking for somebody who's.
Yeah, that is my choice, so.
Real specific
You do a good job.
things that, you can say, yeah, they put that on him. Now,
You know,
the
there,
other side of that is
it's
that
like,
if somebody knows
everything's
a
compatible.
good record, you call the record knows their weaknesses, they can augment our staffs, those people.
Who's the other?
Okay,
Michael's church has
Unfortunately unavailable right now, so.
Right.
between the two services.
Michael's been in this
and check on people.
Are we ready to get?
So this is the more that you decided on?
And,
And then.
or are we
just like
ready
the
to get back
picture
to
of the guys
where
in
this?
the room.
Because each thing we need to have discussion,
So-
that's my understanding.
there's a whole
Okay,
kind of
You have
baby
it.
boomers, my group, and then they're
I
retired.
already said, this is the list, these are the things I've heard. These are the things I've heard.
There's this kind of new wave of young
Lobby.
bishops, the Diocese of South Florida, one from age
Children
installed
of
brand
all
new
ages.
bishops. Yesterday,
A
42.
good sermon.
So this is kind of the way
Someone
you
who's-
can,
who's
yeah.
mature.
Moving into bishops that was
Stay
there,
a
who's
while.
my age, when I was
Who's
part of the
committed, which
same
Michael
committee
said,
that brought
that's
us.
two for that one.
Well, he said these last 2 months, they walk into a room, he goes with this new young bishop, and everybody rushes over to the new. He says he just sits there and watches them all go by. That's my party member. And this isn't some, this guy runner up and.
So those are the things I've heard say most. You know, for instance,
The whole group,
you know, somebody
it's
said
not
something
just the
about that.
custodians and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, that's not this.
Yeah, that's.
Leave it.
Yeah.
Your colleague from Jackson became Bishop of Louisiana like this last month.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's when I was flying on, flying with our bishop, or is she suffragan? Is Kay a suffragan? Or-
Yes, she is. We're gonna let you all hear each other a little bit, so.
I went to, funeral Friday.
I'm gonna ask you all to share where you were and open up
People usually do
the
this.
here and maybe share a little bit.
Start attending.
Okay.
If you all did work
Which I think
out
they're actually
more detail.
churches.
So the tables are gonna share.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys might want to turn so you can see each other. Okay, you guys got the other half of the group.
Okay. Our hand? Okay. So, first of all, we're looking for somebody I think that's spiritually led, that's a great preacher and teacher, they'll attract people from the pulpit. And I notice all these, I won't say we'll be some mega churches, but all these mega churches have great ministers, you know, from the pulpit, they can tell a heck of a story. A great manager, we learned with Roland, he's been a very successful business person, and he managed this like a business, and very extremely well run, and had a very vibrant community with it. Somebody that has a history and track record of growing the church. You know, I know that in business, you know, my wife and I recruit, you know, we recruit top level executives. Well, they have to have a track record, you know. And we don't go off hypothetically, they might go, but look, somebody has done it. It's proven. I think that's important. And somebody that supports the practice and beliefs of the people that are currently here. And doesn't try to force their personal beliefs on us and understands who we are. Also, we think it'd be helpful if they are married and have a supportive spouse. Both Mike and Roland and Parker, and the spouses were very involved. And also somebody that separates church and state and doesn't get political. And I think that one mistake that Justin did make, and I know some people that, so I think they need to keep politics. First. That's kind of where we came.
Very good. Yeah, thank you.
And how about you all?
Our support here. Your voice, the one that carries everything. Was a teacher, so.
Don't be sorry. Okay, so the first, we just listened to everyone, and then I wrote down the things that we mentioned the most. And that's kind of how I prioritized it. So it's kind of more numbers. The first thing, almost everyone says they want someone loving, which I also think means you're interested, you're hearing. We want to be able to attract children, people with children, young families, old families. We want somebody who is broadly, somebody who can sermonize, who says things that we can remember the first time. Someone who's attentive and passionate, with good communication skills. And is there anything else? Did I miss anything? Someone who's engaging, same thing. Communication is very important in different ways to all of us. We all said something about being able to do anything. And touch others.
What about what he said?
For sure.
The administrator,
Okay, for sure.
Well, that is part of it.
well, also someone who's
Seasoned.
Well, I
seasoned.
think,
Yeah,
Well, you know,
yeah.
Pat was at the, ministry tree, himself and some others, and we had a great speaker. He was a Baptist.
That's right.
But it doesn't matter, same God, everything. He had a track record, he's probably in his 50s somewhere.
That's a good age.
Yeah, that's a
And I'm not that concerned about age now, truthfully, I used to think, let's get some young guy, but not so much. And this guy had a track record, I mean, he had grown several churches. Some would work out for him, some didn't work out. But there was no doubt in my mind that if we could find somebody like that guy, talk about a great theologian and a great communicator, you see why he runs churches. And now he's working at a Victoria, a non-denomination church. They had a very wealthy individual decided to serve in the church down there. And so they brought him in to be the head of the youth pastor. Well, they had 0 youth. And within a year, he got it up to 65.
Wow.
But because he had a track record and a past of doing that. See, and so that's why I was thinking to myself the whole time we were listening, well, I wish we could find somebody like this guy. Too bad he's not participating. You know, I don't know what you thought, Pat.
What you could do with the vote.
I don't think he wants to do that.
Yeah, that is an older, yeah.
I don't think.
You know,
we should
one
get
thing-
anybody
Yeah.
tiny kids.
One thing to
What's
keep,
that?
I don't think we should get anybody that has tiny kids, they can move. You got a kid in high school,
or
stop.
middle
Yeah.
school, I'd go to middle school.
Anyways, I'm just,
one thing for you all to keep in mind, the big box churches, the average longevity that a person stays at is 5 years.
Yeah.
And because unfortunately, when a church starts drawing people because of a personality, if anything happens to the personality, everything else can kind of fall apart. So it's not to say you're not looking for a leader, but you want to have a series of skill sets. And you need to be really serious about what do we call a woman? What do we call a single person? What do we call a gay couple? You know, you all got to look at all this because you don't want to get all the way down to the stage where 1 or 2 names are presented to the vestry, and the vestry just goes, no. And then you have to start the whole process all over again. So these are the questions that need to be talked about now, not wait until the final name or 2 comes, because right now, for every priest that's out looking for a church, there are 3 churches looking for a priest.
Wow.
So it's a, you know, kind of a competitive market now. The Methodist Church, Roman Catholic, they assign. Clergy are guaranteed, you've always got a place. That's not so in the Episcopal Church. The bishops do everything to try and make sure everybody's, but this is why more of this responsibility comes on the lap of each congregation to figure out who to call for their next rector.
Which enriches us.
It
Gives
does,
us the choice to, like we're doing, or trying to do,
exactly.
say our.
Well, we got a pretty good thing here. I mean, this, hopefully could be a number of people like to come to this church, because I mean, oh, this facility is beautiful, it's established, been there a long time, it's a great area.
The fundamentals.
I know if this was a business, I wouldn't have any trouble recruiting somebody to come over here and run this place, okay, truthfully.
But you're right on the personality being in a church, that the mega churches, I was raised in a Baptist church, and I saw Baptist ministers come and go, they come, everybody be enthusiastic about it. Maybe 6 months to a year, there'd be somebody that get their nose out of joint about something, and that guy would leave. So it is our church that we want to draw the people, not who's it, although a good sermon makes you want to come back.
Right.
Sunday after sermon. So I think someone who's able to deliver that homily, because I don't like sermons, having been raised in the Baptist church, I don't want to be sermonized. But, so I think you're right, you need somebody that has a history of drawing people in, but
Well, and you know what else is the history, is a history of being out in the public doing things for others. It's like Mike stopped me the other day and he said, you know, our building guy, he goes, what were you doing standing by the side of the road the other day? And thinking, and I said, out by the flagpole? He goes, no, over there at Hudson Bend. There was a bunch of people and you were with them and you all were standing. It was almost dark by the side of the road. I said, well, a little 6-year-old boy was hit and killed there by his father 2 weeks ago. And they were having like a little memorial service and I was doing it in Spanish and English. And we had all these children there, if you can imagine, and they had the white cross to hammer into the ground. And so that's what I was doing on the side of the road. But that's when you're visible as church out in the community. Like I've always been a chaplain for the fire department wherever I've been. And I'm a chaplain and a captain in the Civil Air Patrol. And I just didn't get plugged into it here because I knew I'd be moving on. But that's what you also want, is you want this leader to be out in the community, to, you know, be a member of Rotary or be doing this or whatever. So that has not showed up on any of these.
Yeah, I had it, and I am sorry I did not. You are so right, because we're here, we already want to be here, but the ability to reach out of the congregation and be involved in other social circles is very important.
And like people who say that come here for a funeral, they go, I've driven by this church for years and never looked at it. Well, you don't want them to say, I've driven by these people and never stopped you. So how you want a new rector that's going to come and get you all out in the community, out in the world.
To connect that side.
Yeah. Communication with the vestry.
Yeah, beyond, right. It's a lot of good qualities to seek.
And just an aside,
Yeah.
the little boy that was killed was an accident.
Yeah, it was an accident.
Yeah, it was an accident, they accidentally backed over.
The-
They're moving, right?
And the little guy got to a place where he could open the door, but he got out of it strapped in, and so it was a sick accident.
Well, do you all have your little pieces of paper written on so I can hang on to them to pass them on?
Sorry, we shredded ours.
You say these words of wisdom.
All
He's
right.
gonna hand that to Ann in the morning. Say,
Yeah.
Someone
"Wrap this up."
I'll say to the new rector, here you go. Well, you all done a great job today. I know this gets hard, but so I would rather that you all get to do this 1 or 2 or 3 times versus have a new rector come. And you all never got to be part of it.
I just hope we can get somebody, so the first person we pick can come and show up, because I understand some of these parishes is like going through like multiple, like finally the third pick is finally the person actually could quit their parish.
But you gotta have faith in the Holy Spirit that maybe that third pick was the one who's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Maybe you got blessed by not having the first one, because that wasn't really a good match. Bishop Fisher was talking to the vestry over at St. George's when I was there. He goes, I just think I have great ideas about who would be the next wonderful rector for that church over there. He goes, and all of a sudden God says, no, you're completely wrong, Jeff. This priest over here is going to be incredible for this group. So trust your prayer, trust your prayer life on this.
I'm gonna get some donuts on glutinous.
Help yourself.
Are they gluten free?
No.
No.
Can I have it?
I'm sorry.
So, question, at this point, do we have any candidates that have applied and that are possible?
So, the timeframe has shifted a little bit. I think today was supposed to be the day that we were going to have originally today was supposed to be the day that we were going to do the meeting with Laura from the diocese transition. But that has been pushed off because the profile committee is still working. So it's going to be January, now they're saying January weekend, 21st, 22nd of January, we're supposed to do the our training that we need to do before we actually go out.
And that's worth it, because
Yes.
she really nails down what kind of questions you ask when you're interviewing, what are you looking for, but
And then we actually will, at some point, after that, we'll actually go to see people, you know, conduct a service and everything as well.
But you already have some people who put their name in the hat.
not formally.
Not formally, no, I mean, there are,
This church is not in an open search yet.
yes. So if you go to the EDOT website, we are still considered pre-search right now, because the profile committee is not done. That will change in the new year. But there are, people know that we are, I mean, it's known that we're looking for
Word's
a
out.
permanent rector, so there are obviously people, there are people who are already interested, from what I understand, because I'm hearing the second hand. But no one can, they can't actually, like, you go on the site, you can't actually put in, you can actually apply it. So, and that they have to do it, so there's a whole,
So then if you
Formal
will
process.
see the profile, they'll be able to look and see the profile, what we're looking for.
they will see that, and then that's what they will be able to respond to in terms of the formal channel. So but they won't let anyone apply until that is done, because we did the thing, I guess, 3 years ago, before the search process were adjusted. So that wasn't updated, but like, I think they're updated things in terms of attendance numbers and all that post-COVID, they're changing. So they're working on getting us where it's accurate as to where we are now for the person who's applied. Because like, there are different tiers of like, it's the pastoral level church, this is the transitional level church, this is the program church. So
And sometimes you can have one that the population is, say, a transitional, but they act like a pastoral size.
yes.
You know, so
Yeah, sure.
it's identifying, putting the two pieces together that.
And we are the second largest church that's currently in the research parish. Christ Church Cathedral in Houston is the one is in the research. So and they have like 400.
But frankly, those two priests would be so different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But we are, for the diocese right now, other than, there are a couple that are like over 200. So I think that a lot of people would probably, I think a lot of people will be interested. I don't think all of them know about it yet because it's not live yet, but some people definitely already know.
Like it can't go out, it doesn't go out on the national, there's
Yes.
a national news service that goes out every week, and it always features 30 or 40 different openings at different churches around the country. And this can't go on that until get through this profile stage.
So let's hope on faith that you can get it out by the end of January.
I think it's gonna be a quick process when the profile committee work is done. I think it's gonna be a
Yes.
pretty quick process
That
for
happens.
us once we get started. But you know, we want to be thorough. We want to be able to, every person who would be able to be on it, we want to, have that person.
You know, I understand the last couple of positions are filled here in town, one at St. Matthew's, another church, were filled by females or women, and I have no issue with it at all. And both Janice did a great job here. And my brother got a new rector a couple of years ago, there at the Episcopal Church in Montgomery, Alabama. They now have 800 members. She's done a great job, you know.
Yeah, St. Christopher's the only other one in Austin right now. It's also, that's very much smaller. I mean, I think it's an attractive proposition. I think it's a matter of fact. It's always a matter of fact.
Thank you all so much for your, thank you all.
Not going slow right now, obviously, this time of year, but I think it's good is craziness has abated, so that's not an issue. This time last year.
That must be hard with you.
You don't have the listings, yes, it's very difficult, but okay, and for the money in the meantime, I think
You enjoyed that?
I told you.
I think within 4 hours.
Yeah, I had a reason, it wasn't our end, it wouldn't be in our end, it's not our
Something we have to make tonight. For people to help us.
So I know they went in so many times.
Oh, yes.
It was in so many languages, how it's so bad. But no, like.
How are you doing? Any more
Shannon was the.
Well, they
specialist at the elementary school.
The two houses.
Where she used to teach.
But that's, they got same kind of.
So I'll take that, I'll take it.
Adults.
So, are you on the voice?
I'm
Growing.
gonna actually take them upstairs.
Being both.
I don't believe it, should I leave some for the
Got
office?
there, I don't remember how long she's been there. But it was a long time, like 6 years. They don't know, and maybe.
Because I can.
It's just like,
Yeah, it's just, okay, all right, so I'm gonna take all of this up. I will take it. Things are making sure all the kids, first, they're making teach. Oh, well, okay, there's that.
And then you get up to them, you have something to explain as a child.
Oh, yeah, yeah, my last semester of Spanish at ACC, January teaching, he was originally from Argentina, no, from Portugal, so his, not Portugal, his son. So his.
Those would be bird feeders.
Now they're gonna be shepherds.
Oh, awesome. That's even better.
His first one was Portuguese.
Oh.
He lived in Argentina for a while, then he moved to Mexico.
Mhm.
Then he moved to the United States, and so. I'm gonna do that.
Mhm. Just like everything else. Thanks, my computer. Tell me what they said. Just. I'm gonna see that. Shoot, consider teaching. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Does that mean you can still come here for dark?
I think so.
Okay.
It's like fun activities this morning.
Yes.